Okay, welcome back here. I went today and I bought me some insulation for my box. I was going to do it a little bit different from what I did last year, a whole lot different. I went and bought this is the R13. This is a roll. There's a little piece of it that I've got left right there, but just got me a roll of R13, and this roll, it's 3.5 inches thick, it's 15 inches wide, and it's 32 foot, and I'd say I've probably got about 6, maybe 7, maybe about 6 foot left over, enough to do one box, and it's fairly cheap. But what I did was I just cut it the length of the box, and I give a little extra to put up on my top and bottom board down to the other end. That way I have some insulation up against it. Then whatever I cut off here, I'll just take it and kind of tack it on the side, just kind of stuff a little bit down here in between the ends of my cans. But since this is 3.5 inches thick, but up underneath my header here, I got an inch gap that I could play with. So this stuff's packed down pretty tight. I didn't tack it down this time because I didn't want it all thin layer. I kind of left it just like a normal, like you'd stick it in your house. But I will go like on the edge of them, just kind of tack it just to hold it in place, but I won't like go out here in the middle and tack it down. I haven't tacked nothing down up underneath the cans. But what I am going to have to do, I was trying to hold my cans down because, as you can see, of course, like I said, when my cans are so bold, they're sticking up a little bit, so I'm going to have to get me some braces, about 3 cross braces, to help push these cans down so they won't tear them up. I think I'm going to put 3, one fairly close to each end, and then one fairly close to the middle. That way I have an even amount of braces pushing down on these cans evenly, so it don't bend them up and tear them up too bad. I do have this header down here. It's already screwed in place, and I don't have I need to get me a couple more 2x4s, but another problem that I run into, of course it's not going to be too bad to fix, is the gap up here between the top of the board and the bottom of the can. It's only about a 3/8 space right there. So what I'm going to do is when I come out here where I put my brace, I'm going to actually push them down a little bit further. That's why I'm putting 3 braces in here, because I'm going to have to push down these cans a little bit more. I want to try to get about a 1/2 inch to a 5/8 excuse me, a 3/8 to a 5/8 drop from the top of this board down, at least 5/8. That way I have plenty of room to put me some screws in the side and screw my brace down. That's why I'm putting 3. That way it'd be more excuse me, it'd be more pressure pushing down on these cans evenly all the way across. That way it doesn't wind up busting some of my tubes out and warping my tubes. But I don't have this header in yet. I mean, I got it in, but I don't have it screwed down yet, because I want to get these pushed down first, because this if I go ahead and try to push this down and get it screwed in, it's kind of actually twisted a little bit, so it's not in there straight. So I get my cans pushed down and I get those braced down where they need to be, then I can screw my end header down. I know last year on my box I put that bubble wrap. It's excuse me, it's a 2-sided aluminum bubble that I put actually over top of my insulation. I think I'm going to leave that out this year. I'm going to try it, since I've got a whole lot thicker layer of insulation here. I don't think it's really a need for it, especially up here, because you got you don't have nothing but can surface, so there's really not, except for these little tiny holes here that's in between the can tops and stuff. But that, I mean, it probably would help, but I'm just going to try it without it this year in this box. And also, what I was talking about, sealing my cans up, I didn't do on my box last year. I'm going to go inside my headers here and just seal off my cans to the inside of the header. That way there's no air leak inside the box. And also, I've got some flashing. I'm going to cover this area like I didn't do it on last year's box, but I'm going to have just a sheet of flashing to seal off both ends. Maybe that'll help keep it a little bit warmer, but that's what I've gotten done so far. And I had a big problem when I did lay my tubes in here. I noticed, of course, can't see them now, but a friend of mine on YouTube also had a problem, same problem, water for fuel H2O. I think he took some cans and actually cut pieces of them off where you could slide them on there to kind of adjust and make the different lengths of cans. What I've done is actually on that hole where the can goes in, I've actually took a rasping file and kind of just beveled the edge in a little bit where the longer cans will fit up inside it, the header a little bit further, that way allowing the shorter tubes to slide in right where they're supposed to. So that solved that problem. So yeah, you gotta watch what kind of cans you put together. Not all cans are the same size and lengths, but I do got that problem solved. So I'll get off here. I still gotta cut my hole up here in the center for my vents on both ends. I'll get those cut out and get my vents put in, and I'll get all this trimmed off and make it look a whole lot better. Get it tucked down in. Well, after I get my braces put in, probably tomorrow, I'll go ahead and take some of it left over and just kind of tuck it down in between here and the outside walls on both sides. And I guess that's basically it for now. So like I said, I'm just going to get 3 more braces to help hold these cans down so they don't warp them and tear them up and bend them too bad. And I guess next thing I need to do is, after I get all that done, is to get all this inside. And like I said, I'll get my flashing, cover both vent ends up after I get my vents and stuff in, and then get my plexiglass on here and get this thing painted, and hopefully it'll be ready to go here within the next couple weeks. Thanks for watching.